Mark.
He is talking. Open up your ears.
He needs to open up his mouth.
He needs to go wilder because we can't hear him.
Is this dude a cop?
Shout.
Yeah, scream it. Say it like you mean it.
Marcus is not a felon.
Anarchy your squad.
My ass, he's not a felon. If he's not a felon, my dad's not a felon.
Nobody cares about your dad.
Fuck!
You don't even know who your dad is.
He's not coming home. He's not.
Oh, geez.
You need to accept that. He's not coming home. He's not.
You
He
think
doesn't
that
like you.
still up there on the floor?
Milk is at the end of the corner, not in fuck your father. You can until you're adopted. Get your shit straight and be quiet. I don't like you either. Be quiet. I'm not going to take shit from nobody who looks like a frozen yogurt they got on their shirt. I don't want to hear nothing. You look like somebody's upside down Sunday.
Oh, baby, don't be jealous.
He's my frozen yogurt.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Detective Narco, San Andreas State Police. The briefing tonight is going to be an overview of what we built up for this case. Detective Voigt will be the first one to brief everybody, and then we'll go down the line and explain what exactly happened over the course of time. Pretty nasty, tragic stuff, but we will let you all know, fill you all in, and hopefully you all appreciate what we're doing for this great city. I'll go grab them, and then we'll get started.
Good evening. I'm Sergeant Detective Hank Voigt. I am a part of a detachment from multiple different cities assisting the San Andreas State Police over the past few months. On the week of the 20th, members of the San Andreas State Police Criminal Investigation Division started a deep investigation onto members of a deadly criminal organization. Unfortunately, during the investigation, 3 members of the San Andreas State Police, CID, were killed in action. Sergeant Paul Fitz, Captain Connor Blitz, and Trooper First Class Adam Robertson were all killed in action. Now for more details on the investigation, I hand the brief over to Sergeant Paul Fitz.
Thank you, Detective. Good evening. I'm Sergeant Paul Fitz with the San Andreas State Police Criminal Investigations Division. I'm sure you all have a lot of questions, but please hold them to the end and I'll provide the majority of the answers to you. On September 5th, 2021, while we were conducting our investigation into the Black Widow killer, we discovered information that could lead us to the seizure of multiple illegal weapons, the cash from these transactions, and the arrest of individuals involved in the acquisition and distribution of these weapons. This information and access was made available to us by the late Ryder Hooks. In order to secure her cooperation and increase my freedom to maneuver within the city, it was necessary to stage my death. Ryder directly witnessed this event, which was carefully staged inside of a CID safe house. The vehicle which was burned was a surplus cruiser, which was slated for decommissioning, and the state agreed to our disposal of the vehicle in order to properly stage my death. My cover as Detective Ian Holmes allowed me to build new contacts and maintain surveillance on Ms. Hooks without interference. The continued investigations into her killings as the Black Widow killer increased pressure upon her to gather the information and build the contacts we needed. Ms. Hooks was arrested on unrelated charges and again questioned by myself and Detective Rowby. During this interview, we staged the death of 2 more troopers, Captain Connor Blitz and Trooper First Class Adam Robertson Hodder. Captain Blitz is a longtime member of the Criminal Investigations Division and a trusted member of the department. Ms. Hooks had privately reached out to him to provide additional information and plead her innocence regarding my murder. Trooper Robertson Hodder was temporarily attached to the Criminal Investigations Division to assist in the interview and management of Ms. Hooks. These staged deaths placed further stress on Ms. Hooks and increased the speed of the investigation, bringing it to its successful conclusion. Ms. Hooks was able to leverage her new reputation as a cop killer and her previous contacts with organized crime within the state to confirm the identity of law enforcement officials who were assisting Drew Williams in acquiring police-grade weapons and equipment. Ms. Hooks provided a number of weapons to undercover agents of the Criminal Investigations Division to confirm her access to Mr. Williams' private stash of weapons. This access was further leveraged to coordinate today's raid. Today, the Criminal Investigations Division was able to serve a search warrant on Mr. Drew Williams and seize all items within his vehicles and properties within the state. We successfully removed 4 pistols, 4 .50 caliber pistols, 4 heavy pistols, 4 police-issued marksman rifles, a bullpup shotgun, over 10,000 rounds of 7.62 NATO ammunition, 618 rounds of 7.62 ammunition, over 1,000 rounds of 9mm, 252 grams of cocoa leaves, 8 grams of cocaine, and 8 joints, all of which were packaged for sale, 700 marijuana seeds, nearly $8,000 in stolen or marked bills, a flare gun, and additional police-issued equipment. Also in Mr. Williams' vehicles, we discovered a large stash of food, water, and medical supplies, which indicated that he was preparing to move off of the grid. This would have made us have a much more difficult time in locating him and bringing him to the justice that he now faces in the state penitentiary. We have dealt a very significant blow to his organization, making this state much safer for everyone. Now, after this joyous moment, I need to turn this over to Captain Blitz, who has some sad news regarding our beloved superintendent.
Hello. Thank you all for being here tonight. I am Captain Blitz, the San Andreas State Police. Many of you probably know who I am, but earlier today, after executing our special operation, troopers went out to serve a search warrant, and Superintendent Turtle was executing a warrant with the assistance of the state troopers near the Sandy Shores airfield. The subject of that warrant was John Rambo, who is now deceased as a result of gunfire, as he was wanted for numerous weapons violations, gun and weapons trafficking, and kidnapping of multiple state troopers, and numerous grand thefts of other firearms. The firearms stolen included marksman rifles, carbine rifles, submachine guns, pistols, and a plethora of ammunition. While executing the warrant, John Rambo held a revolver by his side and engaged in conversation with Superintendent Turtle. And Superintendent Turtle attempted to talk down Mr. Rambo. However, Rambo aimed his firearm at the superintendent, which struck him in the upper chest below the neck. As a result of that, state troopers returned fire and fired more than 80 rounds, majority of which struck Mr. Rambo, and Rambo was pronounced deceased on scene. Superintendent Turtle remains in critical but stable condition at Pillbox Medical, and his care team has recommended that he will need multiple surgeries to stabilize the wounds and secure all of his internals that were damaged. They're optimistic about his recovery, but say there are serious risks with the surgeries, and it may take several days for him to recover. More information will come in future days about his surgery and recovery. And I believe at this time we are open to any questions for anything that we've discussed here. Does anybody have any questions? No.
Questions?
You got a hand raised, Cap.
Oh, I see a hand. Where? I don't see a hand raised. On the back, yes. Okay.
Who will be the in charge person right now? Person in charge.
Well, Superintendent Turtle is still holding his capacity as the superintendent. He's not deceased. He's just severely injured, and he will be in the hospital. We hope for only a few days. In other words, resume your normal chain of command. Speaking, I cannot hear you. You may have to make.